I am back at the big build for the final day of first fix. Well, that's not entirely true, but it is. We're getting pretty much the last of it done today. Got a big light switch to fit because I've been waiting for the back box for ages. That one to fit. Got two more lots of LED profile to cut in, which are the last ones. There were some additions that we need to get done. And a few extra switch lights to pull in and things like that. But yeah, lots is going to be happening here very soon. And I'm very excited about second phase because this is probably the highest value domestic property we've ever done, I would think. You know, we've done some huge commercial projects in the past, you know, with valuations of, I think the biggest one I've done on my own was about 400,000, but I've been heavily involved on projects where just for the electrical side alone was 14 million, and I was doing a sixth of the site for labour only, so it was 1,200 bedrooms of student accommodation, and I did just over 200 of that, which was crazy. But yes, so yeah, this property, that's our distribution board. It is a 15-way fuse box, 3-phase and neutral board with SPD. So it's the 16-way board with the surge protection kit fitted. And we've also got a 14-module add-on box to go on top of that, because in there will be a load of connections for the external lighting. There will also be the doorbell transformer and possibly some sort of controls for external lighting, i.e. timers, etc. So yes, and I may end up incorporating some of those. You can get those Wi-Fi controllers so we can actually trigger the lighting as they're coming in from their phones and things like that, or receivers possibly. I'm not a fan of using PIRs out here in particular because we are very much in the middle of nowhere and they get a lot of wildlife. So if you have PIRs, you're going to have a lot of issues with just lights coming on and off all the time. So I want to try and see what I can get hold of, see if I can get some sort of receiver that they can then have in their car, or like I said, use it via an app so they can turn the lights on before they come home, so they're not driving into darkness. Alternatively, they are potentially going to have electric gates there, so I can just run it off an auxiliary contact on that. So we've got options, which is good. Either way, I've got a box that we can do connections in anyway. And then on top of that, we've got my comms cabinet, which is flat packed. I've got to build that. Load of downlights. I fitted some here the other day. Got bored after lunch, so I fitted some downlights. Yeah, this is the LED profile though that's going up in the ensuite. So this is going to be, this is done in such a way that it's going to actually shine down the wall. So this will be in the ceiling. It's going to just light down a feature wall they've got. And then that's the same profile that is going to be fitted like that around the stair recess so that the light shines up, just up to the ceiling and illuminates the ceiling in the big stairwell here. So yes, right, let's crack on. Just a little tip for fitting multi-gang light switches. So this is a 9 to 12 gang click back box. So this is going to be used with the Grid Pro system that they do. Now, we've got a lot of cables going in here, and we've got a lot of dimmers as well. If you use knockouts or drill holes in the top, like we're in the line with those, you will have no end of trouble trying to terminate the cables, because the dimmer modules will be right in the way. So what I do is I cut a slot. So I'll drill a 20mm hole at each end with my Armeg hole cutters, and then I'll use my grinder and cut 2 lines, and then I'll use grommet strip all the way around that, meaning all my cables come in nice and flush to the back, keeping them well out of the way of the dimmer modules. So there we go, grommet stripped all in there, so it's all nice and safe for the cables to come through. Just want to get that cut in now. I need to make that just a little bit longer, and then I can get that. Can't be the only one that ever gets to site and realises you've got a couple of particular jobs you need to get done. Oh, but you just really don't want to do them. I've got the 2 more LED profiles to cut in, which is just noisy, dusty, and I really don't want to freaking do it. But the show must go on. So I would so much rather pay someone else to do this. But it's Bank Holiday Monday, so let's just get on with it. I'm going to get my laser set up in here so that I can start multi-tooling this LED tape. I will show you how I get my laser set up for it. So 2 seconds, let me get you propped in here. There we go. So, we've already got our cables from our connection box to the locations at both ends, because it is more than 5 meters long. And as I said in one of my other videos, we're trying to keep our tape lengths to 5 meter maximum just to avoid volt drop and things. Somebody said to me the other day, apparently you can feed them from both ends. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but definitely something I will be trying in my workshop just as an experiment. So, yes, so these, I've already measured this so they're the same. This cough is killing me. So now all I need to do is find a dimension that works for both ends, and then mark it to set my laser up. So I'm actually going to mark it on the floor because it's easier for me to line it up on the floor than it is in free space, so to speak. So I'm actually going to mark it out here because I need to be able to get in here with my multi-tool, so I can't have my laser sat right here. So my measurement from there, we want to be at, what's that, 13, so 55 millimeters. There. And we're going to mark that over here. Let me do that quickly, you guys won't see this. Okay. 55 millimeters. Now if I set that up on this mark at the actual point of the cross, that point does not move then, it just goes on an axis like that. So it's a lot easier to get them lined up. My eyes aren't very good. Any of you know me. I wear glasses when I'm driving and watching the TV. So doing things like this, I should probably have my seeing eyes on as well, but hey ho, as long as I can get it right. So that looks pretty good to me. Yep. So now we've got a laser line all the way up and around. It's a little bit faint because there's so much natural light here, but we've got a straight line that we can cut around all the way. Marries up down there. Beautiful. So let's get the multi-tool, get that cut out, and get the profile fixed. Done the one in the ensuite over here. But all these rooms are boarded now, it's awesome. So these are literally getting skimmed in the next few days. bit darker in here, but we've got, so there's 2 spotlights and a fan, but there's also on a separate switch an LED tape that runs along this wall, because she's going to have some sort of slatted timber finish on that wall in the shower area, and she wanted it to be lit. So we've got that on a separate switching option, which should look really nice. But yes. So just need to, what do I need to do? I've got to finish a couple little bits in the main bathroom, in the master ensuite, and then we're pretty much there for the day. Fuse board and things basically going in this cupboard here where all these cables are, obviously. We're going to have, this wall's getting actually studded off, so it's going to be a flat wall. It's going to come out a little bit further as well, because they're going to box this off so it ties in with the edge of that doorway. So I'll have that wall there. What we'll basically have will be a 100mm header with 100mm coming down each side all the way down the wall, 14-way extension box, another 100mm bit of trunking in between, and then the actual main distribution board, and then another bit of 100mm trunking underneath, which is going to come across and all the way around here, so we can pick up all the electrics for the heating. Our mains tails are going to come in from outside there, because the meter box is just outside, so we're going to have 3-phase neutral and earth tails come through in this trunking, then around and into the board. We are like right on the limit of that of being 3 meters, but it is just okay on the 3 meters. And then, yeah, we'll have a series of armoured cables that will come up from the floor here, gland into the bottom, so that will be power outside, electric gates, external lights, and lots of other bits. So hopefully it should work. It will look very industrial for a domestic property, but it will look fantastic. And then we get all these cables glanded off into the trunk, inside the trunk in, and made off into one of the many RCPOs. The builders dry lined all of this down here now, so this is ready, that this can get skimmed. The only bits of boarding left he's got to do really is downstairs now. He's got the lounge, the dining room, and then the little boot room and WC. So yeah, it's not too bad all round. And it's crazy, yeah, being a Sparky, 90% of your work is hidden and never seen again. And I mean, that can be quite frustrating for some people. You know, it's very easy to lose the love of your job when you actually, most of it's never going to be seen again, which is why probably a lot of people don't do things in a tidy fashion. You know, something as simple as just keeping your cables in a straight line and just silly things like that. But hey ho. Yeah, I'm going to get picked up, going to get all this in the van and all that. And I've also got 3 of my big sets of steps here, so I need to get rid of all of them as well. The fun and games. But thank you so much for watching. It's really not long now, and we'll be back in here doing some serious amounts of second fixing. It'll come together quite quickly on the second fix, but it should be quite an interesting one. And yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon.